my total drum kit, I have 55,000 different drum samples. Hey, what up y'all? Mr. Cruz here, your friendly neighborhood producer, back with another video. And in today's video, I'm going over my favorite plugin from 2021. Technically, this plugin released back in 2020. I purchased it last year in 2021, and it has by far been the greatest tool that I have added to my catalog of plugins. So this is XO. So XO is a plugin by XLN Audio, and what it is it's a drum sample organizer. Now, if you're like me, you probably have hundreds, if not thousands, if not tens of thousands. I technically have like over 52,000 drum samples. It gets very overwhelming when you're searching for a specific kind of drum sound, if you're searching for a specific snare, hi-hat, percussion, any kind of thing like that. It gets really, really overwhelming. I'm gonna just show you an example here of what my drum samples look like. Here is where I have like my kit. It's called Total Drum Kit. This is where I drop every single drum sample that I have. Looking through all of those, that's kind of a lot. But not only is that a lot, I also have like folders like this, where inside of those folders, I have even more drum kits and drum samples. So stuff like that gets very overwhelming. So what I did with XLN Audio's XO is I pretty much just added a drum folder, and inside that drum folder, it now pretty much incorporates every single drum sound that I have. So my total drum kit, I have 55,000 different drum samples. Cool thing is that they add just by themselves, right? Just the stock sounds that come inside of XO, they have 8,000. So they're already giving you a whole bunch of stuff to start out with that is going to be good quality. So once I did that, it gives me this huge grid right here. And what this grid is, each single individual dot is a different drum sample. All the red ones are essentially kicks, or things that you would use as kicks. And let me see how much of those are just mine. So we're going to go to boom. And let's say just select kicks. So all of those are my kicks. And then those are kicks that my friend added from his drum kit. And then bam, those are the kicks that XO has come in stock. Man, that's a lot. And it doesn't look like a lot from back here, but like when you go in and you zoom in and you start messing around, those are a whole lot of drum samples. And the cool thing about it is that it groups a lot of samples according to their similarities. So I know that there's this one kick called Wings that I use a lot. Bam, that's the kick, that's the wing kick that I use 90% of the time. So with that kick selected, I now have down here a whole list of other drum samples that sound similar to that kick. So I can always pick something that sounds similar, but different in a way. All of those kicks are technically different kicks, but they all sound very similar to the original one. In some cases, it kind of almost sounds the exact same. But that's really, really cool because, I mean, I have 52,000 drum samples, and for the most part, I've only recently been using like the same 10, maybe 20 sounds in every single beat. Now, not that that's a bad thing, but I have a plethora of other resources that I'm not using. And so with XO, I now get to utilize every single resource that I have at my disposal. And so of course, let me zoom out here. You can do it with kicks, you can do it with snares, you can do it with claps, closed hi-hats, open hi-hats, cymbals and toms, percussion sounds, and then even effect sounds. And on top of this, you can actually search for specific drum samples. So I recently got a kit called Foreign Tech. So bam, here are all the samples from that drum kit that was called Foreign Tech. And then it tells me that there's 161 samples from that. So if I wanted to use samples from a specific drum kit, I can just type in the name of the drum kit or the name of the folder that it's in, and boom, I can find every single sound that's inside of that folder. Another great thing that this has actually helped me with is that recently I've been practicing on making my drum sound better. So what I've been doing is I've been recreating beats from popular songs. So I might take a Drake song and then bring it into FL and then start literally recreating the same drum patterns that they did, so that I can kind of see and experiment like, what are they doing that makes it sound so good that I can probably learn from? And that's kind of what I've been doing. So a great way that I've been able to do that is because I'm able to find a lot of similar sounds very quickly using XO. So if this Drake song has a really sizzly, kind of distorted sounding hi-hat, XO makes it really easy for me to find another hi-hat that's similar to that in little to no time. On top of all of this though, I mean, you think, man, it can't get any better. But on top of all of this, what XO also has available is its own drum sequencers. I'm not gonna lie, I never use this because I'm already making my drum loops myself and my patterns myself. But if you wanted to create a drum pattern inside of XO that you could easily swap the samples in between, you have that availability, and then you can just drag and drop the midis into FL or Ableton or whatever it is that you're using. I mean, so there you guys go. You guys know me, I'm all about streamlining your workflow and your process so that you can save time, because when you save time, you technically save money. And XO has been one of the most worthy investments that I've made last year, because not only has it saved time for me when it comes to making beats, but it's also given me the availability to use every single resource that I have already paid for. I've already bought these drum kits and I'm not using them. So XO makes it so that I'm using the things that I actually paid for. Well, there you guys go. If you feel like you've learned something or if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Also, that being said, let me know in the comments below, what is your go-to drum kit? For me, I was using BWB like all the time. Their kicks they just hit. Outside of that, it's your boy, Mr. Cruz. Out.